All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mark Herbert. It's the Herb on Instagram, Mark G. Herbert on Twitter. Welcome back to the Mansdem. It's Wednesday, November the 6th, and I'm going to get right into it. I want to go back at a topic I touched on the last podcast when I was discussing Melo and not being the league and potentially the Golden State Warriors being a landing spot for him in the midst of all their injury problems. I looked into it a little bit. This salary cap stuff is complex, but basically, every team in the league is cash strapped. Um, Aside from that, there's a good article on ESPN. You can see the link right there. Check it out. It goes into depth on the whole Melo situation. Now, if you're a fan of Melo, it makes a great argument for why he's not in the league right now. His style of play just doesn't cut it. And I mean, I'm not saying that he can't ball in the league. He can. He's a bona fide scorer. He'll always be able to score. That's undeniable. The issue that has him out of the league is that he cannot defend. Teams are worse with him on the floor. And that's a fact that he cannot escape. So the way I look at it is if he can't latch on to a contender and be the X factor to put them over the top, then I don't want to see him in the league. I don't want to see him just pulling a Vince Carter on the Atlanta Hawks. Speaking of which, the Atlanta Hawks are the only team that could afford to pay this dude anything. Every other team, and I've looked, like I said, the salary cap thing is complex, but I did check it out. There are only 12 teams in the league that have luxury tax space. That's the luxury tax space. All of them either are over their salary cap threshold or there's some sort of a hold on that salary cap amount. So, and again, like I said, it's complex. I can't really figure it all out, but basically, teams don't have money for Melo right now. And due to his stop in Houston and those 10 games he played and the defensive numbers that he produced, he's screwed, man. He's screwed. Check out the article I put up there. It's a really good read, and it goes into depth on the whole Melo situation. It's messed up, but those are the facts, man. The teams I would like to see him appear on, if possible, like I said, if they were willing to bite the bullet and give him a chance. Like I mentioned before, I think he'd be a good fit on Golden State. They can make that work. He's a viable second option if they let him be that mid-range killer that he's been his whole career. Throw out the analytics when it comes to him. Let him play his game, man. Keep him 18 feet in. Let him do work, man. You know what I mean? Put him on the court with people that can compensate for his defensive, liabilities. I think the Nets are a good fit for him right now, and I know there was some talk of that last year. I think that's a good fit for him. And you put him on a 1-year deal, and then KD comes back next year, and you potentially have a three-headed monster, man. And again, put him on the court with people that can help him defend. The Pacers, I think they would be a good fit for him right now. They're a little younger, so they're definitely running more. So I don't know how that plays into his game, but you do got to be able to get a bucket in the half court in the playoffs, and he's a dude that can get you a bucket in the half court. So it's something to think about there. I also think the Timberwolves, they're not going anywhere right now, but the way the league is, you can get away with putting Cat at the 5, let Melo be the stretch 4, or leave Cat where he's at, and you put Melo at the 3, drop Wiggins to the 2. Who knows? Maybe he responds better at the 2 from a defensive standpoint, or whatever, and just gets his thing going because Wiggins needs a kick in the ass too. So I think Portland's a nice fit for him right now. With Nurkic out, you have Whiteside at the 5. Melo can play that stretch 4, like I mentioned, or put him at the 3 and see what happens. But again, check that article I put up there for you. his best work has been as a stretch four, and that might be the best place to keep him. In terms of just putting him on a squad, the Wizards are an option. They need help right now. They're not looking to do anything. But I mean, again, it's a squad that could pay him a little money. Him and Bradley Beal could do some work, and there's no pressure to contend. On the lower end of that spectrum, the Atlanta Hawks. They're the only team that actually has both salary cap money and luxury tax money, and they just had that suspension to Collins there, so that's going to be a long one. Melo can get a 25-game run, see what's what, maybe put in some work and open the eyes to some other teams. Never know. Yeah, man, I think Melo's days are done. When you just look at the salary cap situation and the results coming out of this article, it don't look good for your boy, man. Melo is in trouble. Anyway, on to new business. Congrats to AD, Anthony Davis, and to Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, for taking home Week 2 Player of the Week honors. AD's been instrumental in the Lakers' recent win streak, and obviously, the Bucks will go as far as Giannis takes them. So, congrats to those two for the weekly honor. So, gonna touch base on. I'm gonna talk about a couple games that I think should be good this week. You have the 76ers and Utah playing today. I think Embiid's missing one more game, so that's not going to be as good as it could have been. But again, that's a team, both teams that I think will be contending in their own divisions, in their own conferences. So that should be an interesting matchup. I mean, everything's there with Embiid versus Gobert, but unfortunately he's not there. And, their lineups check out pretty good. You got the rookie of the people who are battling for rookie of the year, Simmons and Mitchell going at each other. And, the rosters match up pretty nicely. So it'd be nice to see him at full tilt going at it. But what's his name's out. As a potential finals preview, the Bucks play against the Clippers, but load management rears its ugly head again. Kawhi's going to be sitting down for this game, so it's not going to be the complete test that we would have liked. Thursday, Clippers host the Blazers, and again, that's probably going to be a matchup somewhere along the line in the Western Conference playoffs. But we just don't know how things are going to break down. Lillard and McCollum going at Kawhi and the boys should be an interesting matchup. So we'll see how that one plays out. Another interesting game Thursday is Boston goes to Charlotte, and that's the homecoming for Kemba Walker, who left via trade in free agency this offseason. It is his first game back to Charlotte, and Kemba's going to show improve out there. They didn't want to pay him, didn't think it was worth paying him when they couldn't get other free agents there. I can understand that from the business standpoint, but it was a huge slap in his face. So Kemba's going to go nuts. I think he gets a warm reception in Charlotte, and he's going to give them something to cheer for. And then we've got Friday, we've got the Bucks and Utah. Again, just in terms of, a lot would have to happen for both these teams to end up in the finals. I think the Bucks have a better chance than Utah, but nonetheless, they are two strong teams, and it should be a good fight. We also have the Nets and Blazers. That's a good game simply because Kyrie and Dame Dollar are going to be going at it. They're going to battle. That one's probably going to have somebody putting up 40s. So it should be interesting to see those two go at it. And then just in terms of a long shot NBA Finals preview, the Raptors travel to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. And the that should be that has potential to be a really good game. Lakers are playing pretty well right now, so we'll see how they're playing come that game. But it's a big test for Toronto. As you know, they failed their previous big test, which was their Eastern Conference Finals rematch against Milwaukee. Only one person showed up. That was Kyle Lowry. Rest of the team was sluggish. Siakam had a bad game, fouled out as well. They got to be better in these high-profile games. They know that people are doubting them. They know that people are questioning how good they really are because of all the because Kawhi is gone. So they can't let these games slip through their fingers or have a bad showing. And they had a terrible showing. I think in the first quarter they were outscored 30 something to 19. It was just bad, and they tried to claw back a bit, but you can't get down to a good team that much and win every time. So they definitely have to come with the sense of urgency against the Lakers, or they'll be put in the ground real quick, man. So that's about it for today, man. Just want to touch base, let you know what's up with the Melo situation. And again, there's lots of information out there for him with regards to his situation there. So take a look. I'm gonna give you the link for I got the salary cap information too. I'm telling you, man, the league is cash strapped. A lot of people getting a lot of money, but teams don't have much flexibility. So signing a guy like Melo really, really is a gamble when you don't have much room to play around with. So take a look at that stuff. Hope this has been helpful. I definitely look forward to hooking up with the Mansdem real soon, so you have someone else to give a perspective than just myself. But again, thanks for listening. As always, subscribe, share, and next time, peace out. This has been the Mansdem.